And we are live. What's going on, art enthusiasts and change makers? This is another episode of Art for Change podcast, Soulful Sunday edition. And I got my co-hosts in the building. What's up, my man?
Hey, what it is, man? You already know it's your boy BU, because that's all you gotta motherfucking do. Let's get
Yeah,
it.
let's get it. And we got Mad Hatter Marshall in the building. What's up, Mad Hatter?
What's up, guys?
What's happening? What's happening, fellas? How y'all fellas doing tonight, man? How's your guys' weekend, man?
It
Mine
was a
was
good weekend.
busy.
It was busy. What you do?
I worked yesterday. I had a long day yesterday, and then by the time I wound down and everything, that ended up at 5 o'clock this morning. So I'm running on a couple hours of sleep on the weekend. I'm telling you, sometimes my weekends are more busy than the weeks.
So what time you woke up? You went to bed at 5 a.m. What time you woke up?
About 10.
Well, obviously a.m. because okay. Damn.
So he only running on a few fumes.
Yeah. Okay.
What concert did y'all have this weekend, bro?
Yeah, it wasn't a concert this weekend. It was a soccer game.
Oh, soccer games. That's dope. All right. Was it? Do y'all do professional soccer games or be like local teams?
MLS. It's professional soccer games.
Oh yeah, that's dope as fuck. All
Next
right.
year, we
So
got the World Cup coming.
that's awesome.
Oh, you're
See
gonna be busy.
the luxury of networking, man, and being in the right place at the right time. So that's look at the things that he get to see. The luxuries of his job. That's dope. Um, and the benefit of your job. Tell the people why you be doing what you do, bro.
I got a niece that's a competitive dancer, and all the proceeds that I make go to her competing on nationals and go to all the competition fees and costumes and stuff like that. Because any parent or uncle or adult that has kids in these recreational sports or recreational activities, they are time consuming and money draining.
Mm.
Absolutely, yes, they are. So all contribution helps. You know what I mean? So you dope for that. You know what I'm saying? Big up moments for you for that. And if you are in the Rhode Island area, you know what I mean, and you're in the Providence and you come into the show, man, contribute to the funds, yo. The kids appreciate it. Absolutely.
The kids appreciate you, Marshall, Big Marshall, Big Unc, Big Unc.
Big not the little one.
Not the little one.
That's
No,
what's up.
I had a good weekend, just a chill weekend. Because it's a national holiday coming up tomorrow. So,
Tell the people what's coming up tomorrow, be you for the people that may not know.
hey, it's Big BU birthday tomorrow. So yeah, we had to pregame a little bit. Big BU birthday, the Big BU bash coming up. Yeah. It was good. It was a chill weekend. I'll probably do something tomorrow night with the family. But it was a chill weekend. Enjoyed some friends and everything. Um,
Did you
I
do
think
anything this weekend to celebrate or no?
I went out to eat and for drinks with
That's what's
friends.
up.
I slept most of the day Saturday, most of the day because I worked Friday. Yeah, I took melatonin actually because I felt like I needed some rest. But if you know like I know, Mister, when we work our hours, our body naturally wakes up. So I kind of like forced to sleep because I was like, all right, I'm off Saturday, I'm off the weekend. Let me take
Get some
two
sleep in.
melatonin.
Yeah.
Yeah, like forced to
Yeah.
sleep because if not, if I'd have just went to sleep regular, I would have still woke up like I got to go to work,
Early.
but I don't.
Yeah. Yeah. When
So
that
yeah,
biological clock is set, it doesn't matter what you got going on. Be Sunday
yeah.
morning, I'm up at 7 in the morning doing things. So I definitely know what you mean there. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Honestly.
And happy pre-birthday if I will speak to you tomorrow, 'cause I know you're gonna be doing a lot. You
Oh,
have a
so you
lot
ain't gonna
going
call
on.
me? If you'll speak to you ain't gonna call me or nothing
I
like
say
happy
if
birthday.
I don't. What is it? If I don't? That means if I don't.
Oh Lord, hey, see you man. Hey, shouts out to Big Rock. She sent me some cologne too, Big Rock. I got this cologne for my birthday. Um, it's called Million. Hey, you know I'm $1 million man, so shouts out. Yeah, let's get it. It's a couple people I got to shout out actually at the end. I got a couple gifts that I got to shout out. And shouts out Big Rock. And she sent in a merch to Fanta. So we good on that, everything. Shouts out to Fanta too. What's up, Marshall?
I've seen that $1 million cologne. It was on the clearance rack.
Oh, you talking shit. Hey, you talking shit. I see the price tag on it. Hey, I went to school with people like you. But what about you, mister?
Man, we had a really good weekend, bro. I was invited to a wedding from a coworker, and so we was able to
Okay.
attend that. You know what I'm saying? The festivities was very good. So I don't normally step out, so I was able to step out, put some nice clothes on, feel good, look good, grow in a
Okay.
sexy environment. It's only really my second wedding I've been to as an adult, actually, bro. And it was a good environment. It made me be like, all right, I see why they put on these festivities for the wedding because this is dope. So yeah, if I was to do it again, I definitely want a nice reception for sure.
Yeah, those be dope, bro. Like
Yeah.
even like that movie Wedding Crashers. That's a good movie. But yeah,
Yeah,
those
that
be
was a
dope.
good
You have
movie.
fun at weddings. Like a lot of fun, bro.
Yeah.
A
And for
lot.
me, and for me not knowing the newlyweds personally, they still make me feel welcome in their wedding. Of course, I did congratulate them. I ain't just be there and just be a fly on the wall. Um, so what I mean. That was dope. You know what I mean? How everything was
Yeah,
just like homey. Yeah.
The
yeah.
food at a wedding is also usually incredible.
Yes, man.
Cause
It's a
you
it's a
got to spend
luxury.
that
It's
money for
it's,
it.
it's a luxury experience. You know what I mean? You spend the money, but you see where the money goes for sure. Absolutely. Um, it got me ready to do certain things whenever I'm in that position again. So for sure.
Yeah, I like that.
I had this
That's what's
bomb
up.
ass chicken at my cousin's wedding a couple of years ago. Uh, that was fucking phenomenal. I don't know if I was just starving or if it was good, but it was.
Say one of the two. Either way it goes, I remember it as being good. Was it actually
Eh,
good?
eh,
To be questioned.
was it Marry Me chicken? Was it Marry Me chicken?
It was stuffed chicken. It had chicken. It might have been cordon bleu or something like that with stuff inside and everything. And it came with gravy and it was.
Okay, okay, that makes sense. All right, let's get it.
All right, let's get these questions. So we got some questions for tonight. We kept it unconventional on Monday, so we're gonna keep it unconventional for Sunday. You know what I mean? We had a little professional because we had Miss Ponto on Thursday. If you did miss that episode, make sure you go catch it on YouTube or on
Yeah.
any of our streaming podcast networks. Just search Art for Change Podcast and just look up the interview with Miss Bello. Yeah, dope interview, dope artist. Very good perspectives for people who are in that lane. So to
Yes.
some interesting question I got for you gentlemen tonight. If you could communicate with any animal, what animal would you choose, and what would you think you would say?
I would
Uh,
talk to sharks because I think
Okay.
they're completely misunderstood creatures. They're kind of like the bullies on the playground that nobody that every or at the school that nobody like no gets to know, and they're like really hurting inside and everything like that, or they're scarred up or something like that from a rough childhood or something like that. I think sharks would be interesting creatures because I think there's such a mass stigma on them. So I think talking to them would solve a lot of that.
I think I would talk to I talk to gorillas because
Okay.
I would let the nigga know, hey, 100 niggas ain't beating you, bro. hey, 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 I wish I was lying, bro. Hey, hey. I was just telling, hey, they just playing, bro. They just playing, bro. They're just going around the internet. Don't worry about that. We cool though. Yeah, you straight.
Yeah, yeah, we straight over here. Look,
As
don't
long
listen
as
to the best
nobody, as long as nobody
guy.
comes up with the idea to jump a gorilla in a zoo, that's like we good.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
second like people start climbing over zoo things and trying to beat up a gorilla, we got a problem.
Yeah,
People
Yeah, I
taking it too
mean,
far.
yeah,
that's over for. Like, I don't see it
yeah.
happening. But I'm gonna let
I
him know,
mean,
like, me and him straight, like, real shit, like, we good. Like, that's them talking.
they had a
Yeah,
four. They had 4,000 pound grip force. Do you understand what that means?
that PSI is crazy. Yeah. And they
That means,
bite. People don't even know that. They bite
yeah, yeah,
too.
but also if they grab you, if he got you in his grips, ain't no getting out, bro. If he holding you, you just held. You just don't.
Yeah.
You sit there till he lets you go. You know what I mean? You have to respect these animals, bro.
I mean, you're
Absolutely.
gonna lose a limb probably real quick though. You're probably gonna lose a limb. Like he
Yeah,
grab your arm and swing, he throw you, your arm gone and your body fly. He still got your
and
arm in
that's
his
playing
hands.
with you, and that's not realizing that your bone density don't work like his. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? That's not even him being a real threat yet.
yeah, like that's
um,
crazy.
but no, for real. Speaking on this, if I could speak to an animal, I think it would be the elephants, bro. Of course, anybody that know me know that I'm my favorite animal is the elephant. I think they're very majestic creatures. Um, I feel like being that they are, the giants of the jungle, and some of them can live to be very old. They've seen a lot of things, so I would definitely love to have a conversation with an elephant. I think they'll be very informative. They're very intuitive and very intelligent animals. So
And they say once they meet you for one time, they remember forever.
yeah,
Their
they're very,
memory
very
is great.
yeah. So I would definitely would love to sit down and chat it up with an elephant.
Sea
Um,
turtles would be cool too because they live a long ass
Absolutely.
time.
Because yeah, they're prehistoric. Absolutely. Hell yeah,
Yeah, I
for
feel
sure.
that.
Alligators prehistoric. Sharks that he's talking about are prehistoric. Whales prehistoric. Yeah, yeah.
What it?
Go ahead.
I'm listening. No, it's
Go ahead.
like
Go
what
ahead.
is prehistoric? What is prehistoric? Like
Like
During
like. Go ahead.
dinosaur time.
okay, okay.
What was a seemingly small decision that you made that ended up changing the course of your life?
Hmm. I damn. That's not even a small decision. Hold up. Well, I moved to Orlando,
Yeah.
so I left a chick that I was in love with,
Yes.
and it hurt. It's not a big decision to me now. It was a big decision then, but to me now that I look back at it, it was like, yeah, I needed that to, Um,
So was the decision to move to Orlando to just revamp, restart over, or was it to actually get away from that situation?
both. I wanted to get away
Both.
from her because if I stayed there, we would still be like doing
Yeah, right.
we can-
Got you.
and the
I got you.
further I was away, the harder it got for
Yeah,
us to do that. So it was like, and that decision came with um probably like a year struggle.
yeah,
But during that struggle, I was, you grow through struggles. I was growing through that struggle. So during that struggle, I was growing and I was realizing I found myself at that point, actually. I
right,
found me. And then throughout the whole time, she's hitting me up. She's hitting me up. And you know how hard it is to ignore somebody that you fucking love? Like, you know how hard that is? But I
yeah,
did it.
absolutely,
But I
absolutely.
did it. So I got through that. I got over it. Took a year.
So you had to do
And then
what was best for you.
I thought about me first because I used to always think about people before me.
Yeah,
I thought about me first.
absolutely.
So I did that, and then I met my. I think we used to go downtown, and we used to go downtown early, get free drinks. 2 for 1. I was broke. I had nothing. 2 for 1, free drinks, double cup. I would have 2 drinks in my hand. I would go, put my drink down with my homies, and then go get another one because it's. And I call it. I made the name Double Cup. You got slick about this. And then I met my boss. That's my boss now. So and then everything just worked out perfect. But like you got to go through that struggle. Like I had to be hungry. Like yeah, I had it made for myself. I could have reached out to my mom. Like I ain't talked to my mom for that whole year either. I could have reached out to her and all that, but I don't want to be spoon fed. I wanted to feel that, and I felt it. Cause my mom would have helped me instantly, but she pissed me off to where I didn't talk to her for a year. Hey, that's how it was, and then yeah, and then now I'm
Wait a
in.
minute.
I'm where I,
So something happened that you didn't go. You went a whole year without talking to your mom.
yeah,
Oh wow.
cause she told me not to talk to her. The other, I was like, yo, they're like, yo, you was right, but don't tell me
Okay.
don't tell me I told you so. Just like be there for me. And she kind of
Oh,
like
okay. Okay. So
said
your
those kind
mom.
of words. I'm like, yo,
So
I
basically,
needed you to not say that.
right,
I
right.
just needed you to be there.
So mom had peep game before you.
Mamas know.
So mom did peep game.
Yes. And she told me.
Damn. Oh shit,
But I
mom
was at,
told you.
yeah, but nigga, I was in love. Like, I'm like, nigga, what? Hey,
What did
yo,
mom
like,
say? What did mom say?
she ain't for you. That ain't, that was the biggest situation. She ain't for you and all that. Like, no.
Right,
She said she don't feel the good energy.
right. Okay.
She's like, something don't feel right. That's what mom told me.
Well, hey, no
And
mom intuitions, like you say, be right, brother. Yeah, we don't
hey,
like to
she was
listen.
right.
We don't like to listen. Sadly, my mom might have been right. That the person I married when I married them, maybe at the time we want the people to get or whether the time for us. You know what I mean? Like we rush
Yeah,
things. Absolutely, for sure.
yeah. So that, but it hurt me not to talk to my mom. But hey, this is why I say everything happens for a reason. Because
Soulful
that
Sunday,
year,
everybody.
hey, that year I didn't talk to my mom. I haven't spoken to my dad for like fucking 13 years. I got
Right.
closer to my dad
Ah,
because
okay.
I needed a parent,
Right.
regardless
You
of the
still
fact.
needed it. Right.
So I got closer to my dad. So everything happens for a reason. I got closer to my dad that year, and that year my brother got killed, all that, and then I've seen my dad for the first time since I was like 8 years old, something like that.
Oh
Since I
wow.
moved to North Carolina, yeah. So and then he became my best friend. And then after that, I went to Miami. I seen my mom too, and then everything just intertwined together. So everything happens for a reason.
Yes, everything does happen for a reason. I'm a firm believer of that. Yeah. Um,
But
I believe that
yeah,
it's I believe that it's never a loss, it's a lesson, no matter what
yeah,
situation. You know what I mean? Um, we just have to find the silver lining of whatever the circumstances that we're going through. There's always a
yeah,
silver line. You can look at the cup half empty, or you can look at your cup half full, and you can pertain that to anything in any situation. Absolutely.
yeah. Honestly,
Um, so it does sound like a small choice just moving to Orlando. Such a small choice. Seems like it impacted you and changed the whole course of your life in a major way. So absolutely, that is like the perfect answer for the question.
yeah. And
Um,
Orlando is the biggest fucking theme park tourist place. So now I build theme parks. So
Look at that. You know,
small things lead to a giant.
small things lead to a giant. Look at that. That's awesome, bro. That's awesome. Proud of you, brother. Um,
Appreciate it. I'm
definitely,
proud of I'm proud of us.
you know, what I'm saying definitely went and done what's best for you and came out shining. So, kudos to you, my
Mm,
friend. Um, I think an event or a small thing that choice that I've made that made a large impact on my life would probably simply was just learning to drive heavy equipment. I was on a solar site and I was seeing how the general laborers generally didn't have no job security. They hired them
yeah.
guys in mass because the job is very cookie cutter. It's very easy. You can teach a monkey to do it. It's very simple. As long as you can follow simple instructions, you can do anything in the solar industry. It's very cookie cutter. They pay very well for general laborers now. When I first came in, they did not. But I realized and I noticed that the operators, I was seeing different operators on multiple sites, even though I had to fight to get on there. And they would be still within the company. So I learned that operators had more job security. So I wanted to learn how to drive heavy equipment. So luckily, I had a friend that was operator who on his break allowed me to get in his machine and move it around and learn the functions. And he taught me how to do it. On my next job, I lied and said that I was an operator, but I didn't have my certification. And they put me in the machine, put me through the rodeo. They gave me their license through their company, and I've been driving heavy equipment ever since. And
Mm.
and it has took me a lot of places, and my pay went from $20. And when I first came into solar, I was making $14 an hour, and I've made all the way up to $40 plus with $100 a day per diem. So that's pretty good money. I went from
Yeah, they
making
started you good because I started at fucking $9. I'm like, nigga, what
yeah,
is this? But I needed
and
it.
we thought that 14 was good, you know.
Yeah,
Um, and it's the funny thing is, once you elevate, it's hard to go back. My
because you know your
lifestyle
worth.
and yeah, absolutely that too. My life, but now my lifestyle and my circumstances is above $14 an hour. You
Yeah,
know, I can. I'm in a position now that $14 an hour would financially cripple me. I can never just accept a $14 an hour job. You know what I mean? Because now my expenses supersede that.
hmm
Yeah. I would
honestly.
have to have I would have to have two, three $14 an hour jobs. You know what I mean? That's just because now, my lifestyle, it supersedes that. What the money I spend on a weekly basis, maybe
14 ain't covering
you know,
it.
certain people, will feel like that's astronomical, So yeah, absolutely.
Even with a partner, 14 ain't covering. Like,
No, even
nah,
with a partner, 14 not covering it.
fuck
And
no.
and now that we speaking on that, even though this is a little bit off topic, but to speak on that is why is the minimum wage across the country so low? I think minimum wage should start at 15, and 15 is low. We just said 14. 15 is low. But I think that should be like the minimum wage. We got certain places that minimum wage is at 7.25 in certain states. That's ridiculous. Who can live off that? And then
Yeah.
it seems like everything wants to go up, but they don't want to pay us more. You want the food wants to go up, the groceries want to go up, healthcare wants to go up, housing wants to go up, but the only thing that stays the same is your pay, and that makes no sense. You got other countries where the expenses equal out, but here in America, which is supposed to be one of the richest countries, we treat our citizens, to me, subpar.
Yeah. Are we the richest country?
I said one of them.
Supposedly.
Yeah, I
Supposedly,
mean,
right?
supposedly we're
No.
supposed to be
Yeah.
and we're supposed to be a hierarchy amongst the world. You know,
I don't know how I
people.
feel about that. Yeah. Right.
It
Well,
was one.
we're
I
also
think
the
it's kind of
greediest.
like the Dallas Cowboys. We're living on old glory.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We definitely living on old glory. I
And
think.
we're greedy though. We're greedy. The higher
I
ups are
think.
greedy.
I think certain people that's been in those places are so scared what it would look like to not be in those places
Yeah.
that they have to keep themselves and their family and their immediate peers in those spaces to control them. They don't know what life would be if they wasn't controlling those spaces and
We
that
need to
fear of
stop.
lo-
We need to
Go
stop
ahead.
having politicians become millionaires while in office off of $100,000 salaries, and they're walking out of there multi millionaires when their terms are over with jobs lined up with.
Yeah, man. Like that's
Uh,
basically what we saying. You know.
yeah, but
Um.
politicians, like, other than the president, like, politicians be forever, and they be that's family orientated actually. Other than the president, politicians, you just fucking be a politician
Yeah.
for whatever.
To
That's
me,
another problem.
to me, you don't do enough. You're not on the front line of anything when you're a politician. So to me, as a politician, you shouldn't be paid more than a first responder. You shouldn't be paid more than nurses. You shouldn't be paid more than teachers.
More
You
than
should be paid
doctors.
more than these people who are the first responders. The teachers are the first line of defense for our children in education. First responders are the first line of defense when there is a problem. These people, do you know what a fireman's salary is? You know what I mean? A person who actually is a full time firefighter makes like
Like
$48,000 a year.
50 racks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like what is that, bro? He can't live off that. You know what I mean? The chief makes 90,000. Come on, he can't live off 90,000. That's living check to check. You
Hmm.
know. So I just think, and then you got politicians who has a $450,000 yearly salary. But what the excuse my language? What the f do you do? What do you do that requires you a $450,000 salary to point to read some statistics and to pass some laws around and vote? You know, you don't. The police salary is piss poor. You know what I mean? And this is why I think these guys shoot first. You know what I mean? Because they like shit. I'm not risking my life for nothing when I'm only making 50,000 dollars a year as well. I think shit. That might be the reason why these guys so walk around so angry and so anxious to pull a trigger. I think if their salaries were higher and they were paid to be actual um, taught to resolve situations instead of um, neutralize them because they seem like they just
Yeah,
straight
but
start
but
to
they're
kill.
called police, but on their cars it says protect and serve. So what are
It
they?
does say
What
protect and serve.
so what is their job? Is it to police or is it to protect and serve?
Both.
I, I
They
think there should
protected
be
the community from bad
No,
people.
because policing is just making sure everybody follows the law.
The law.
yeah.
Protecting and serving is more security and is more of a community aspect. So, what are they? Are they a police force like the British walking the streets of the colonies before everything, or are they?
I mean, you can't do two things at once.
I got a question. Do anybody know the history of the police and why they was created?
Yes.
No.
Do
It
you
was
know the
Talk to him.
history
controlling.
of the? Do
Talk
you
to
know
him.
the
Talk to
history of
him.
the? Do you know
Talk
the
to him,
history?
Marshall. Tell him why.
Do you know the history of the paddy wagon?
Tell him why, Marshall.
But I want to make sure we're on the same page with this one.
Yeah, go ahead. You've read the stories, so tell me what you know about the history behind the reason why there was even a police in the first place.
Policing was originally started to apprehend African Americans during the slave era and everything. The paddy wagon was named after arresting Irishmen and shoving them all in a van at the same time. That's how it got called a paddy wagon by
Mm.
arresting the Irish.
This is why you have so many black people and Irish people with the same last names because they were treated equally. The Irish people were treated as slaves as well because they were considered poor people. That's what all the McNeils, McSam, anything is Mac is Irish, and a lot of people don't even know that. That's where you get Conor
What about
McGregor.
Williams?
You know
What
what I
about
mean? No,
Williams?
Williams not Irish. Sorry.
I'm saying with the black people.
I think Williams comes from the Calkins family. Yeah,
Yeah, I remember Frederick Douglass Williams, all them. They're my people. Hey, shouts out to them. They can't hear me right now, but hey, shouts out to them.
yeah.
hey,
Mont-
hey,
Montana
it's my
Cobain
birthday.
just
I'm
stepped in
acting
the
up.
building. We see you player. What's going on, Montana?
What's going on with y'all fellas?
Nothing much. Nothing much.
But the police just hand passed me down from the Pinkerton sheriffs, which came from the Wild West days.
Yes,
And if you'd still
absolutely,
notice, you can still see Pinkerton security systems on armored cars and everything because Pinkerton is still around to this day.
absolutely. Yes, yes,
All right,
man. So
Montana. Hey, how was your day,
Uh,
Montana?
Monday was pretty good, man. Pretty good.
It was a smooth day, no problems, no bumps in the road. I know you're on the road.
Nah, I'm at home.
You ain't hit the
Doing
road
my
today?
nope, doing my usual food line run. You know how it go.
Okay.
Usually go up in here, see what wild animals we see on the prowl. Might catch a wildebeest or something. But nah, yeah, today was pretty smooth, man. My homeboy came and helped me out a whole bunch, man. My washing machine, the drain. Oh shit, the drain pump went out in my washing machine,
mm.
and man, I was just like, man, fuck, man. I ain't really trying to go buy another washing machine right now. So he ended up coming through and putting it back together for me, getting it back right for a little
Okay.
bit of nothing. That piles up, man. Family of five, laundry piles up.
Hey, who you telling?
I
Extra
don't know
fucking.
why they don't sell industrial washers more for families.
Hey, that's a good damn question. But I don't even think it's the fact that they don't sell it. It's the fact that the families just have
yeah,
to
we
go
don't
buy it
buy
for
it.
themselves.
Yeah, we don't think
and
to
that
buy
shit
it.
gonna cost like a motherfucker.
It is. It is.
I
I
mean,
have
but
it.
But in the
it's
long
worth
run,
it.
it'll pay off. Yeah.
Yeah, it's worth it. Yeah,
Do you want to
yeah.
do 15 loads in a 10-pound washer, or do you want to do 2 loads in a 40-pound washer?
Too low.
Yeah.
Too
Hey, as
low.
long as they ain't
You know what
taking
I
my
mean?
colors, I'm doing the two loads. Shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Only thing I'm
And then
separating, like you
they
said,
get you with the
colors and
remote
white.
shit. They get you with the remote shit. Oh, we got Samsung. They got me. I ain't gonna lie. They got me. We got Samsung. You can control it from your fucking phone, and like, I'm like, nigga, all right. They got me. I'm like, nigga, what? Nigga, we wash clothes every day. I'm like, fuck. It's bigger, but like, yo, no, nah, it ain't it. It ain't it, bro.
Hey, so why y'all
And
guys
you need and
before
you
y'all
need a front loader. You can't get a top loader.
Yeah, I got
yeah.
front loaders. Yeah,
I heard
but yeah,
reverse. I
still.
heard reverse. I heard they say front loaders are bad, and
No,
then get
you
the top
no
loader.
no top loaders. You just soaking in that dirty water, just slushing around back and forth.
True. I got a front loader, so true.
I
That
got
is
front
true.
loader. Yeah.
I'm old school. I prefer the top loader. That's just because I'm like Montana. I was told that the top loaders were better.
Yeah,
I heard
I'm
that
definitely
the
for.
front loaders always they got a lot of sensors and they tear up easy.
Yeah, little gadgets and bells and dings, and when this go
Yeah,
out, that's gonna
and they
cause this
futuristic
string to
now.
go
They
out.
futuristic. You know what I mean? They are supposed to be
That's
more
why I say
efficient.
they got me.
Absolutely.
They
You know what I
got
mean? They
me.
are supposed to be more efficient. But like I heard, like when they mess up, it's a little more cost efficient. You know,
Yeah,
just like buying a luxury car. Parts to fix it a little bit more expensive. That's all.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like you know what I'm
But before
saying.
you guys had came on, we had asked
Mhm.
two questions, and so I'm gonna
Okay.
run them real quick to you guys. If you communicate with any animal, What animal would you choose, and what do you think you would say?
I okay. If I could communicate with any animal, it wouldn't
Yeah.
just be necessarily one. It would be all marine life, because I want to know
Okay.
what the fuck is really down there. You know what I'm saying? I want to know because you know what I'm saying. It's still parts of the ocean that we have not been to. It's still new fish popping up every damn day. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to know is the Loch Ness real. You know what I mean? What is the biggest thing out there? You know, is Atlantis down there? Shit, hell, is there mermaids? I want to know all of it because we ain't making up these stories for nothing.
Hey, these some great questions you got. You know what I mean? Hell yeah.
I just would
Hell
like
yeah.
to know, you know what I'm saying? Because that's just something that, you know, just like space, that's just something that we just haven't explored in its entirety. And we probably never will
No, right.
as a human race. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just speaking for myself or us, you know what I'm saying? Like as a human race, we probably never will because but once you get so deep in that water, that shit start crushing it. You know what I'm saying? Crushing things, you know what
Pressure.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pressure,
Pressure.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I would do though. I would go see about
I don't
Aquaman.
think we'll learn more about space until we get deeper in the ocean.
Ooh.
Cause space is a yeah, that's different.
I don't think we'll get more into space and learn more about the s- the stars and everything until we learn more about the earth and what's underneath us and everything. So we need to explore the oceans more. And then the only reason that's stopping us from getting to other planets is nuclear powered spacecraft. And you can't launch nuclear weapons in space due to the nuclear space treaty.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't have space like nuclear things in space. You're not supposed to. But until we have an engine that runs off of nuclear power in a spacecraft, we're not getting to another planet.
So do we need a Trump who don't follow like rules? And do we just send some shit out there? I just started.
Marshall,
Showing them.
was you here for the animal? Did you pick an animal, Marshall?
Yeah,
Sharks.
Yes, he did. He
yeah,
said
he did.
sharks. He was here for that.
That's why when Montana
Yes.
said marine
So,
life,
so, so marine
yeah,
life, that was dope. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yes, absolutely. All right. So, next question, fellas. If you could live in any fictional time, in any universe, any fictional universe for a month, which universe would that be?
I
And
wouldn't
what
want
would
to
you,
live in any of them.
what would you do
They're
there?
always apocalyptic nightmares. They're always going through some fucked up shit and everything. I don't want to go through any of them.
You're right. Somebody always trying to come destroy the world every
Yeah.
damn day.
I'm going
But
to Wakanda. Hey, I'm going to Wakanda forever, nigga.
you
Hey,
going to
yeah, I don't
Wakanda?
care.
I'm about to
Yeah,
say yeah.
Wakanda.
Yeah.
I'll probably have to join the Marvel universe. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm going over there.
I gotta go see. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go chill with.
I want to see my people. That's it. You know, art for
Knowing,
change.
knowing you, you'd end up in the Marvel universe and end up on a podcast in Orlando doing exactly what you do because it's just normal guys.
Hey, but I will
Minus the
bring.
regular.
Hey, I'm gonna bring answers back. I'll bring all the answers back.
Unless you get snapped.
Yeah, I ain't trying to
Right.
get snapped by Thanos. Yeah.
You're gonna turn into
Don't
dust.
don't get caught in the blip. You know what I mean?
Yeah, hey, I ain't
Yeah.
trying to get snapped. Yeah. What about you, Mister?
um, how can I live in a fictitious universe for a month? Um, I don't know. Maybe the Matrix.
Explain.
Maybe
I
maybe
thought
the
about
Matrix.
that one. I thought about that one.
Maybe the Matrix, man, and just just to be able to. I don't know, bro. I want to see if I could be the fucking one. Shit.
No.
If I would be the one and learn from one, nigga, I want to be Morpheus or somebody, nigga. Shit,
But
nigga.
the one ain't nothing but a metaphor for Jesus, right?
Of course, absolutely. I know. Just like they don't really know that Transformers was really about Jesus too. That's why
Yeah,
it was John Carter or whatever it is, Jesus Christ, JC.
yeah.
There's a lot of shit, man. We can go down a rabbit hole with that. A lot of people don't know that shit, Marshall. Yeah, dude, yeah. Yeah,
Shit,
bro. A
I ain't
lot of
know
people.
it.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Hey.
The machine. It's a metaphor. You got to know the lady who wrote the book. Do you know a black lady wrote that story?
No.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people don't.
Yeah, I didn't know that. No.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, nigga. Terminator, nigga. A black lady wrote that story.
That's what's up. I didn't know that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Now they switched it up in Hollywood, of course, but that's her story. You know what I'm saying? They got it from her book.
Okay.
Uh huh. They got the concept from her book. But yeah, so she broke down her concept of what the Terminator is really about. You know what I'm saying?
And they
Yeah.
obviously what they do, they take everything.
And the machines is like today's time. Like I don't even see it. It's real deep. It's real deep. The machines is like man because man is trying to be because man is trying to be God. You think about it. Look, think at all the things that mankind does to try to mimic God. You know what I mean? We try to take God process out of everything. And now we're trying to create our own life with fucking embryos and all type of other shit, like and doing unethical medical procedures to try to be God. Like, so it's like the machine, man is trying to create the machine to extinct us. Like it's
Is
deep,
that
man.
but
It's deep.
is
It's
it
deep,
not
man.
like could it not be seen as growth or like evolution or like could it not be seen as that or what?
Other that some people will call it growth and other people call it unethical. Some certain things to me is unethical. Um, when you taking things out of their natural habitat and forcing things to be for your own benefit, to me that is unethical. You
So what
know,
is the growth part?
what is the growth part? When you're doing it for medical research for advancement for humankind, sure, okay, I'm open to hearing that. If you
Yeah,
know what I'm saying, but when it's when it's basically just for money, when it has a dollar sign behind
I
it,
get what you put down. Yeah,
it becomes unethical. You know,
I get
yeah,
it.
When creation becomes science, it starts taking away the. When creation becomes science, it starts playing. It starts adding in too much of, okay, what can I turn it into?
right.
It
Yeah,
it
when
be,
we mutate things and shit
it
like that,
mutate, develop, weaponize.
I
yeah,
don't agree with neither one of y'all, but because we gotta develop. Sometimes we gotta mutate it. Like if we got aliens, mutate. Hey, let them work for us. If we got them captured, like do your research on them and stuff like that. So on that part, I don't agree with y'all.
okay. You see how they creating all these, machines and robots and everything to do everything for you. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah,
see how the movie and iRobot try to give you the same type of
the
warning.
robot. Yeah,
I try to give you the same type of warning that Terminator is trying to get you. And then now you see Tesla coming out with all these shit. You know what I mean? It's like getting put into your face. It's like people trying to tell you things like how history repeat itself. You know, man has always been his own demise. Even from the beginning of the time of us eating the apple. We was right there with our. If for people who believe in that, We was right there with her when she ate it. We allow her to be deceived. We would allow us to be deceived, men and women. Um,
I
so
don't even trust people in sunglasses no more because I think they're recording me.
you know what I mean? It's so many things. It's so many things.
They got
Um,
these new cameras. They record you with sunglasses and everything. So now they're recording everything
and
out
they
of
can
their
record you with
sunglasses.
they can record you with everything, sir. I done been in a messed up situation where I done had the camera as a fitted cap. So you know what I mean. So and you didn't know it was a camera. So you know, listen, they can put a camera in anything now. Tech is crazy. You know, like I say, bro, that's just the type of world that we live in. So I think certain things is good for investment when it's for the whole people, but when it's only for and benefit a small group, to me, it's unethical.
I feel that. I can respect that.
Um,
it's kind
everything
of
is
like it's kind of like if some is somebody a mother if they we're asking the question right now if people are parents if they went through a surrogate. Now we're going to start asking the question if they're parents if their baby was born from an embryo and grew in an incubator in the whole time and everything, so they have no connection to it or anything, so they're growing their
exactly,
babies like that.
exactly where you can just pick your baby. You can just pick if you want to have a blue air. It's like, bro, it's unethical. It's a book that I
I,
read,
I
and it's
want a black here, this, and you can shop for it.
yes, that's unethical, bro. And then also think about it what they're doing with the fruit. They're genetically modifying the fruit so that it's coming seedless. The reason why they want it seedless is because that benefits you, that limits you from becoming your own consumer, your own producer of fruit. Fruit naturally comes with seed in it, but they make fruit to not have seed in it so that you don't have access to grow your own fruit. So that you have to go to the store and spend your money with them. But you think this advancement is cool, but the advancement is cruel.
And they call it a choking hazard for kids.
You see what I mean? They found it's a reason why they do a lot of this shit. You know what I mean? The
Kids
people
won't
that
choke on seeds if there's no seeds.
exactly. Like I said, it's a lot of unethical things. These people sitting high seats, they do a lot of things that doesn't benefit you, and they
And
do
if
it. They put it
swallowing seed was dangerous, I got about 18 watermelons growing inside me right now.
18. Shit, I probably got 1,000 now because I love me some watermelon. Yeah, they don't tell you that certain seeds are beneficial to you too, and have certain nutritional powers for you too. So they lied to us about a lot of shit, bro. You know,
I'm a big fan of pumpkin seeds.
yeah. I love me a sunflower seed. I can't. I
Do
put
you
it
go
on.
for the flavors or do you go for the plain?
I could do the plain or certain flavors, not
Nah,
these
hey,
crazy. Not all these
ranch is fire.
Yeah, ranch is fire.
Ranch
Ranch
is
is
fire.
fire.
ranch
Ranch
I
is.
could do, but the taki flavor, the dill pickle, all these other crazy flavors, like I'm good on all of that. But
Yeah, ranch is
I
fire.
can I can do the
I don't do
ranch.
no pickle shit.
I
Yeah,
can do the
ranch is fire
original.
though.
All them other crazy flavors they got now, I'm good on all that. And now, of course, you're gonna eat just the actual seed when you're throwing it in a bowl in your salad anyway. And that's what I like them on too.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Man, my bad, man. I don't know
So,
what the hell. I don't know what
nah,
food
brother,
line
you
got
good.
against me.
Nah, you good, brother. You good. Fool, I don't got a good connection, and you ain't never know. Um,
I
what is
see
a
now.
what is a strange hobby that most people don't know about you?
um, hmm. Well, I guess it would be strange because a lot of people don't do it. But to this day, I still watch band videos and I still attend band battles. I'm talking about to the point to where you could come in my man cave and I might be playing fucking Madden or NCAA. And I got a whole 2 hours worth of band battles just going on like they had a football game or something like, and I'm having them battle each other while I'm playing the game like. So that it may not it be strange to somebody else because somebody be like, why is he listening to band music? Well, with me, I love the art in it. I love when somebody can take something off the radio and transcribe that into horns. You know what I'm saying? All the way down to the melodies, to the bridges, to the hooks, to the chorus. Like I love that, man. And I just never really fell out of it. So to this day, I still watch them and still listen to it to this day.
Hey,
Okay. Okay.
speaking of band shit, hey,
Uh huh.
don't try me like that again, Marcella. You know what I'm talking about.
Hey man.
You know what I'm talking about.
Oh man.
When you wrote me that, I'm like, this nigga better know.
How do you? Okay, well, real quick, not to get off subject, but how do you feel about Pratt retiring?
Yeah, Pratt from E.E. Smith.
Yeah, he
Hey,
retired. He retired
he,
this year.
he was the best, bro.
Yeah,
He was
and
he taught me everything. He put me on clarinet, which my
mm,
one of my daughters play, and then he
he
moved me
put
to
you on there to get your
saxophone, which
lips right.
yeah, hey, hold, pause. All right.
I mean, Paul. Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Real musicians
No,
know
no,
what I
no, no,
mean
no.
by
You're right.
that.
You're right. I'm just being an asshole because people be saying
Okay.
Paul.
Oh,
I
you
don't
know what?
believe him.
He
I don't
put you
believe in
on
Paul
clear. You know what? He put you on clarinet to
because
fix
it's
your
the same
armature.
figuring.
To
Yeah.
fix your armature. There we go. Since we gonna use that for the ignorant people. They put him on clarinet to fix
Yeah.
his armature. And for those of you who don't know what armature is, it's the method of how blowing into an instrument.
hmm So he put me on that, and then he moved me to saxophone, which is the
Yeah,
same tone and everything. You know,
yeah.
and that was the best. And now my daughter plays it, and
Hey, I
she's
seen
good
that.
at it. Like,
I seen that.
yeah, she's good at it. Like, yo.
Hey
So
man, keep
yeah,
pushing it, man. Keep pushing it. Get
yes,
that band scholarship.
yeah. We're working on all scholarships. Them softball, band, dance. Everybody doing
Fuck it.
something.
Everybody gonna pay for
Everybody
me to
doing
go.
something.
Fuck it. You know what? You
Uh,
pay this, you pay that. Yeah, everybody pay for me to go. You right.
Everybody is definitely doing something.
Yeah.
But I think that would I think I can agree with my tenor on that one with that. And that one's not only for me, it's for my kids. The band thing
Yeah.
and the music thing too, because my kids like to sing. So those both go for me as well. My Mad Hatter, what about you?
I have to. I watch a lot of DIY videos on YouTube.
You gonna figure that shit the fuck out, huh? You gonna
Yes,
figure it out. I feel it. I
And
respect that.
YouTube gonna teach you. YouTube gonna teach you.
I
Yeah,
watch
I
a lot of
respect that.
DIY videos on YouTube.
I should have called you when my washing machine started fucking up. We would have did it right there on FaceTime. Save me $170 something. Shit. Word up.
Mister, what about you?
Um, a weird thing that I, a weird thing that people don't know about me that I do is I scout talent. When I am in my downtime, when I have downtime, I am searching the internet for someone who is awesome that the world don't know yet, who don't have a million plus followers, who's not ultra famous, who I think, the world needs to know. And
Yeah.
I reach out to these people a lot of times with a lot of no's, with a lot of reds and unseen. But nevertheless, I let it be known and I reach out to connections and I'm always scouting and looking for the next star. So I'm going to help get the next star to stardom.
Yeah, I feel that.
I like that.
Like I say, I'm going to continue to preach it. I want art for change to have like the Keith Lee effect for people and artists. You know, so
Type
yeah,
shit.
Uh,
that's a even before we art for change was a thing before we were a podcast. I still will get on YouTube and like search R&B covers or look up poets or just go look up artists. I've always appreciate common people who were extraordinary because people are amazing. And
Yeah.
all of us have extraordinary gifts. And a lot of us don't get the recognition like certain people because we're not willing to risk our integrity to have it. So I want to put a spotlight on those people.
All right. Speaking of integrity, are you good at taking advice?
Am I good at taking advice? I'm good at listening to advice. I don't think I'm good at implementing advice always.
Okay. So, what's the your most unusual piece of advice you ever received? And did you listen?
The most unusual piece of advice that I received. Um, I think the unusual piece of advice that I received was like put up and shut up. Um, and it was basically like, hey, um, you gonna get out here with these guys and you gonna bitch and complain like the rest of them, or you gonna go dog this shit and let this shit weed the wheat was out, you know. So you gonna put up or you gonna shut up, and that was advice that I wasn't ready to receive when I received it, and I didn't even put up and shut up in that moment. Um, but it made me get to another circumstance, another situation, and I applied it, and it worked. And I rise the cream, the saying cream always rises to the top, you know. And ever since then, every job I've ever been on, the cream has always risen to the top. I'm from that moment, any job I've ever been on, I've never been afraid to go to a brand new job and start entry level, start brand new. Within a month or two of being there, I'm running shit, and that's just
No.
how. Go
Have
ahead.
you been listening to old school hip hop?
Have I been? Yeah, always.
Because that's the second reference to one song you've made in the last segment. I like Cream, I rise to the better yet, a Terminator like Arnold Schwarzenegger. We've talked about Terminator
Exactly.
and now Cream and Cream rising to the top already. And
I mean,
that's
you know I
now
like Wu
the
Tang, baby. You know I like Wu Tang. You know
that
what I'm
Wu
saying?
now
Tang forever.
I just
that's
seen a movie. I just seen a movie with my boy Rod the other day, man. This shit was fire.
that's now the
A
second.
movie with RZA the other day. That shit was fire.
All right. Let me piggyback off of you. I agree with everything you just said, actually, because the most unusual, which is what I accepted it. I accept it now, which is what I make my name now, is to be you. But when I was told to be me, I didn't like who I was. So how you gonna be somebody you don't like? You get what I'm saying?
Ooh, I like that. Talk about it, brother. Talk about it.
So it's like, yo,
Soulful Sunday.
yeah, I was mad at me, not knowing that I have control of me.
Yes.
So and then I got advice from it was from my stepdad actually, and then so it's like he's like just be you, you'll figure everything out, But at that moment, everything bad was happening.
Yes.
So it's like nigga, how am I be me? And then nigga being me is like all this shit is bad.
All this shit happened. Exactly.
Nothing's going right, nigga. Be you. And then I put myself in a different environment with
Yeah.
me, because being me, it changes in different environments actually. So I put
Right.
myself in a different environment, and then so I did finally accept their advice, but I tried to change me at one point actually. I
Okay.
tried to act like somebody else, and then it would hurt me because it's like nigga, that ain't you. And I'm an honest person. We all know that. I'm an honest person. Like nigga, that ain't hurt. Yeah, like nigga, nah, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. It bothered me, and if it bothers me, I have to state it. So yeah, that was the best advice I ever got. And then I got around the right people, just being me, and then that's when people accept you. Because if you accept me as being me, I don't care if you're white, black, Puerto Rican, orange, purple, whatever. It's purple people out here too because it's dark. But yeah, that was a big thing for me, and I had to realize that I was in my own way. Like, can't nobody control what I got going on except me, and I was in my own way. And I had to realize that it took a long time too. It took a long time.
Respect,
Yeah.
man. I like that. I like that. Montana, man, what is some advice that was given to you that you took or didn't take?
Stop
Some
selling weed.
unusual advice.
A man told me to stop selling drugs when I was selling drugs to support my family.
Okay,
Hey,
talk about it. Talk
Um,
about
well, at the time, yeah, I did. You know what I'm saying? Even though I was a street pharmacist, I always had a job. So, but at the time, when such said person was telling me to, you know what I'm saying, stop hustling, you know what I'm saying, just work my job, I'm like, bro, I got a newborn kid at the house. You know what I'm saying? I got lawyer fees because I had just. I believe we was having a conversation about how I got rated the year before, and I was like, bro, I got lawyer fees. You know what I'm saying? Like, this job is not, it's not paying enough. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I can go out and go get another job, but then that's gonna take away from, you know what I'm saying, the time with the kid. It just wouldn't have worked out with me. You know what I'm saying? Because I was already working from the crack ass of dawn until late at night anyway. Um, but he was like, you know, you need to stop selling weed, and it got to a point to where he cut me off because I continued to sell weed because my argument was, well, who gonna help me buy these diapers? Who gonna put clothes on my kids' back? Who's gonna put clothes on my back? Who's gonna pay for that car outside? Who's gonna pay the insurance? You know what I'm saying? Who's gonna At the time I was still staying with my parents, but I was like, who's gonna, you know what I'm saying? Even though I stay with them, who's gonna come up with my portion of the bills for the house? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not living there for free. You know what I'm saying? My job that I have, it can't take care of all that. I mean, hell, you know what I'm saying? One check, that's the whole car payment. You know what I'm saying? And so, but at the time, I didn't take that advice. But now that I'm older, I see why he said what he said and why he felt how he felt. And you know what I'm saying? I realize it's funny. It's funny that we even having this because I just had this conversation the other day with one of my homies. I realized that all he was really was trying to do was keep me from getting locked up or fucking myself off or being put into another situation where I couldn't, excel in life due to, being a pharmacist or whatever.
right,
So
right.
that was a piece of advice that like I frowned upon him. I hated him for it for a while. You know what I'm saying? To this day we
Right,
still ain't, but you know what I'm saying, we got mutual friends, so I send a message or whatever, or he might, let him know how I'm doing and everything else like that.
right,
But
right,
I resented even trying to, what I'm saying, spark up a conversation because I took it as, what, you think you better than me?
right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
I got defensive about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, not
And we
everybody,
often do that. You know what I mean? We do that. We all that. I think
yeah,
we
you know what I'm
often get
saying?
guilty of
Because,
that. Yeah.
at the time, even though he was working his job, he had a side business where he made custom jewelry. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at it like, hey, I can't make custom jewelry. I don't make custom jewelry. You know what I'm saying? So
Right,
if this is what's gonna pay my bills, if this is what's keeping my family good and everything else, then this what the fuck I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
But once
You got your hustle. I got my hustle. We just hustle different.
we just hustle differently. You know what I'm saying? It's just weed. You know what I'm saying? I could be selling coke like I used to, or I could be selling crack. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm not. It's just weed now. You know what I'm saying? So what's the harm? I mean, shit, it come from the earth. That's how I'm looking at it. You know what I mean? It come from the
Right,
earth. It's not. It's not like you gotta put this and put this to make that. Nah, you put a seed in that ground. It may not be the best thing smoking, but you put a seed in that ground, it's gonna grow. You know what I mean? With or without treatment. So, yeah, but as I said, as I got older, I realized why he said what he said and why, how he felt, how he felt. Maybe he could have went about it different, You know
Right.
what I'm saying? But maybe that was just his approach. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
I'm sure if we were to have a conversation, he probably would. You know what I'm saying? He probably would agree with me, or maybe he wouldn't. But I think now I'm at the point now where I don't even really too much care to have that conversation. But I do know that, you know what I'm saying, all the ill will and ill intent that I had against him for cutting me off like that because we was tight. You know what I'm saying? So it
Right.
was just like damn, why Brian answering the phone for me? I don't know. I just talked to him. You just talked to him and shit. What did I do? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? But now I don't give a fuck. Fuck it. Straight up. But yeah, that was my advice that I didn't take.
Man, you had what unusual advice did someone give you, and how did you receive it?
Don't shoot the messenger.
Mm.
I
How did you receive
received
that?
it. I received it like as in my holy trinity, Marco, Malcolm, Martin, and JFK. Don't shoot the messenger.
Yeah, yeah. Don't shoot the messenger. You know, the messenger often gets shot though.
Yes.
Don't shoot the messenger, but oftentimes the messenger does get shot. You know, absolutely. Um, we asked a similar question. I think what we referred to most of you like just talking to a person in time. Now I'm gonna ask you the question: if you had a time machine, what event in history would you go back and want to witness? Like what particular event would you want to witness in history if you had
I'm gonna
time?
follow up with Marshall, Martin Luther King time frame.
So you want to witness like the marches, or you want to what would you like to witness?
I would like to
The
bring back.
speeches,
I want to know what I want to dream what he dreamed. I want to go back and like how do I say this?
I want to see the Million
What
Man
we
March
know.
on DC.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
that same time frame, but like what we know now, and take it back to that time frame,
Okay.
pretty much.
Okay. Okay.
Oh,
So, now that you said that, I'm gonna put a little twist to this question.
Okay.
If you could have a time machine and the power to correct one thing in history, what would it be?
Are you
Anybody
asking
can
all of
answer
us
it.
or just yeah? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Everybody,
see, I
everybody,
can't
everybody,
see. I
everybody can
can't.
answer it. Just pick somebody can go first.
There's three assassinations all within months apart of each other. I can't stop. I can't pick just one out of those three. Are you kidding me? That's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
If it was up to me, all-star black athletes would have kept going to HBCUs instead of going to these D1 and D. You know what I'm saying? Instead of going to these PWI institutions, I would have kept them in the black colleges, and it would have built more superstars and it would put more money into the black colleges.
Hey, who made that known now? Deion Sanders.
Yeah,
It's
but see,
happening in front of your eyes.
he did, but see, Dion got his money and got the hell on.
But he made other people realize though.
No, he definitely did. He definitely did. He did. I can't take that away from him. He did bring the spotlight back to black college. You know, what I'm saying sports because
Yeah.
when you think about like Steve McNair, Alcorn University,
Mm-hmm.
small little black college in the middle of nowhere, Mississippi. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Went to the NFL, great quarterback. You know what I'm saying? You had hell, look at Shannon Sharp, Savannah State University, excuse me. You know what I'm saying? D2 black college, right there in tip of East Coast Georgia. You know what I'm
Jerry
saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
Rice.
yeah, Jerry Rice. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And there's more and more athletes. And then it's like when you think about all the athletes now that are coming out, you know what I'm saying? They go into these PWIs and before the NIL, they were just basically getting, you know what I'm saying, They were guinea pigs. Go out there, go do your little dance, go do what you do, make us some money, score touchdowns, and you know what I'm saying, keep it moving. Mm. Excuse me, I got some bad indigestion right now. But that's what I'll go back and change. I will go back and make it to where, hey, nah, fuck Duke. Go play for A&T. You know what I'm saying, or you know whatever, whatever. And then maybe we would have an ESPN broadcast and cover more black college sports to provide more exposure for the black athlete.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I
Because
feel that.
it's rare. You know what I'm saying? Something like holidays when you see a black college game on TV. You know what I'm saying? Well, as far as you know, what I'm saying for the PWIs or the Ivy leagues, they're on TV every fucking weekend. They're in your face all week. They're telling you about it. Coming up,
Like we lost some. What about you, Mister?
A time in history. Um,
Yeah.
I'm a huge boxing fan, so I think I would love to go back and be able to witness Muhammad Ali at the peak of his career. That'd be awesome to see.
Like the
Like,
Rumble in the Jungle.
yeah, man. Yeah,
Hey, he was an activist too. So
you know, like I think that would have been dope. And that you gotta understand that's the same time around Martin and
Martin
Malcolm.
Luther King. Yeah, yeah.
So you know what I mean. So in the Black Panther movement, yeah, I think I would love to have been around in that time, bro. So yeah, absolutely. Um, yeah, to
All
be
right, let
to
me.
to, to be able to see Muhammad actually do his little shuffle live in my face, because like 'cause even seeing like the old footage on YouTube is amazing. You know what I mean? So to see that shit in my face live in that in real time, you know, I don't think we ever get somebody as crafty at that size as Muhammad was. Most of the big guys are just straight bruisers. The George Foreman's, Mike Tyson's,
Lennox
Anthony
Lewis.
Joshua's, Lennox Lewis, but Muhammad was a big crafty fighter. That he was elusive and he was 6'4", 270
Entertaining.
pounds. You know what I mean? Like you don't get that in fighters no more. So that was entertainment. Intelligent on and out of the ring. So yeah, absolutely.
Roy Jones Jr.
Yeah,
That
Roy
that's
Jones
a
Jr.
different time frame
Roy
though.
Jones Jr.
Yeah.
was probably like if Roy Jones would have never got on drugs, if he would have just stayed like a real athlete, oh my gosh, he would probably went down as arguably one of the best fighters as
Hey,
well
he was a
because
good
he
rapper
was super
too.
crafty.
He was a
You
good
know what I
rapper.
mean? Yeah,
Yes.
but
Y'all
Roy
must have
still
forgot.
Royce, yeah,
No.
yeah, yeah, Headbusters. I remember Roy. Yeah,
Yes.
yes,
Yeah.
He goes.
yeah. I'm a music guy. I remember all that. Yeah, man. What about you? Be you?
I already said it. Um, yeah, I piggyback off Montana.
No,
Oh,
you
you did. You
piggybacked off
did.
of me
You
Well,
when
did.
we
Mad
were
Hatter.
talking. Yeah, we were talking about Malcolm and Martin and Kennedy,
Yeah.
JFK.
Yep. 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 Absolutely.
All
You
right,
said
speaking of
everybody
that,
was
what's a fear that you've conquered, like that opened new doors for y'all?
a fear that I conquered to open new doors. Um, shit, bro. Stage fright. I
Mm.
did not want to share my poetry. Um, that was a big thing. I was super, super, super private about it. And getting up and doing it in front of somebody live, oh my gosh. You know what I mean? The start of that was, terrifying. And the unique thing about it is like the first time I did it, it looked like I had been doing it my whole life. and it's like I was super nervous until I got on stage. That was crazy. It's like I was super nervous until it was time, until it was go time. And once it was go time, it was just like all the nerves went away, and it was like, and I have rehearsed my shit enough to where I knew my shit. I knew how I wanted to deliver it, and I did my shit, and
Yeah.
I got a great response, and I did it somewhere in an environment where I did not even expect to get the response that I got because of the environment that I was in. So that was even more amazing because like I know that I was like in a crowd that I didn't expect to receive me well, you know, but this was where I was at and it was time and I was going to do it, So like and it went very well. I was in the Loretto, which was Texas, and it's on a border town, and it's on like literally the border town, like literally my town
Mexico.
splits into Mexico. Yes, so the whole town was literally full of Hispanics, and a lot of the poets that went before me spoke their poem in fluent Spanish. So I didn't even think that I was going to get received well just because of where I was at. But the poem hit, it did well, and it was received well because art, like I said, when it just hit, it just hit. It don't matter what you look like, where you come from, and that was just an example in that moment. And I excelled ever since, and it put me in different lanes and different avenues, and even gave me the confidence to create this podcast. So
All right. Okay. Uh, mine is mine was failure. I was scared of failure. I was scared. Failure would keep me from not trying something that I'm good at, which is kind of like your story, Mister. And mine was failure, and because like I always wanted to succeed in everything I did, like because I chose wisely, I would succeed in. But then there's struggles that I didn't pick, so I wouldn't fail at it. You get what I mean? And then so that came with growing up. That came with becoming a man, and that came with not caring about what other people said, but that came with getting my voice out there. Not even poetry wise, but it can relate to everything you just said, Mister. It just came with like being me, and then just like I don't care what nobody. Like at this point now, that built me to where I'm at now. Like I don't care what nobody says. I'm gonna do this. This been working for me the whole time. Like yeah, you might tell me it don't work, but I'm gonna do it anyway now. So that was my biggest fear was failure, and then now I'm not scared to fail. Now I'm a trier. I'm not a failure. I'm a trier. So I'm a trier. Hey, if it don't work, it don't work. That's it. What
I
about you,
love that for you.
Marsha?
I love that for you, brother. Hell yeah.
I'm gonna have to go
Yeah.
with the fear of expectations.
Okay.
O- Okay.
Not only my own expectations, but the expectations of outside
Right.
in the of others. Having to put yourself out there and have feel like there's a weight already on you and everything, so you have to already go to a certain extent or live up to a hype or live up to a certain bar already, so you already have expectations that are outside weighing on you. You got your own expectations because you don't want to lay out crap and get ridiculed for it, I'm gonna have to say the fear of expectations.
So you got to find that middle ground. That's what you got to do. Find that middle ground. Definitely.
I like that. I like that. What is a misconception about yourself that y'all would like to clarify?
I'm an asshole. The only reason people say that is because, like, I just say I got to think before I speak sometimes, but I just say like it makes me honest. I guess I don't know. I'd say whatever comes to my fucking mind, like at that point. Like
Yeah.
I don't have to think. Like it's just you ask a question, this is the answer, and but I don't mean no harm. Like you ask questions, you want the answer, then hey, don't fucking ask.
Yeah.
You want me to
Yeah.
say what you want to like you want the answer that you want me to say? Like no. You you ask the question, I'm gonna say it. Like and it's gonna be quick, probably, most likely. And then sometimes I do catch myself though. I'll be like, all right, let me chill out, you know. Cause I can be too much, Mister, you know. I can be too much. But most of the time it's like, all right, ask me a question. Here's the answer. So people think I'm an asshole, but I'm a good dude. I'm a honest dude. Like straight like that.
Straight like that.
Yeah.
Mad Hatter Marshall. What is one misconception about Mad Hatter Marshall that he would love to clear up?
I may be crazy, but I'm not as loony as in Toon. I may be animated, but I'm not as animated as an Animaniac.
I love it.
I like that.
I fucking love it. I fucking love it. You heard him.
Hey, you heard it here first.
You heard it here first. Um, I think for me, a misconception of me is like is that I'm antisocial. Um, it's not so much that I'm antisocial, man. It's just that I'm a type of person that I don't enjoy small talk. So if we're not gonna talk about things that actually make sense, um, or that is positive, constructive, or can stimulate our brains and our minds, I don't really want to have those conversations. I'm not the type of person that like to sit and gossip. I'm not a person you call when you want to gossip about other people. I'm not a person you call when you want to judge other people. You know, but when you want to talk about some change and making a difference and something productive and positive or a new concept of thinking, I'm the person to have those conversations with. So I think that's the type of misconception I like to clear up.
Hey, I get that a lot too. Cause I'm a loner. I'm a popular loner actually.
Yeah,
Cause I'd rather
same.
be by
Yeah,
my. I'm a popular loner. I rather like not talk to people.
right.
But if the conversation is good, then nigga, I'll talk forever.
If you're
But
here to spark my brain, that's a good thing. Not here to cause damage to
this
it.
is
I
this
don't
is the
need
only
brain
reason.
Exactly.
damage. I don't need
Exactly.
brain
This
No more
damage.
brain damage.
yeah. So I call that's what I call myself now. They call me a introvert, extrovert. People have called me that before because I pick and
Right.
choose who I want to talk to,
Right. Right.
and like they're like, yo,
I'm
you
definitely
talk to
selective.
them. Yeah, I'm selective with everything. You talk to them so much, but you don't talk to them. They're not intriguing to me. I can't help it.
Right.
Hey,
You
it
know
is
what I
what it
mean?
is. And I'm gonna
It is
tell
what it
both of
is.
them. Hey, I'm gonna tell you that, like straight up. Like, hey,
I'm actually a
Yeah.
man of a few words.
Yeah. Exactly. You know what I mean? I am a man of a few words, unless it's a topic that I can elaborate on. Absolutely.
like Marshall don't talk to people at all. I know Marshall for a long time, but Marshall calls me
Yeah,
every
man.
day
Yeah.
because we
And
talk
look,
about shit.
and you know what's
I
crazy?
asked Mar.
And
Hey,
I'm just
hold
go
up. I
ahead.
asked Marshall what I asked you earlier, Marshall,
What part?
about no when we talked earlier. How many people that we grew up with that you talk to?
Oh,
He said none of them.
Yeah, man, for real, bro.
the
What you
And
say?
people
hey,
Say
I
you
my
know,
bad.
the people I grew up with are either locked away or dead. There's literally no. I have no friends here that from my high school days or anything like that from beforehand. So
Even the
yeah,
people that you when you met, he got offline. All right, Mister. Right, even the people when we had the conversation earlier, even the people when I was like, "Yo, who do you talk to from when we all met together?" He was like, "None of them." Oh, he getting hot. Okay, I see
No,
where I see you.
no,
Nobody.
I don't know if it's like okay to call people. I'd be iffy on when to call people. I know people got cell phones and can be in instant contact with people all the time and can get messages all the time and everything like that. But people be like active on one thing and not get their message and not answer you back and everything. So you don't know if they're mad at you or if they're busy or what the fuck's going on and everything. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna take the fucking not calling right out of it. So if you want to talk to me, give me a call or something like that. I'm still thinking of you, but there's just too many variables to think of that I'm not fucking dealing with.
Yeah.
Hey,
And see,
ask
that's
Mister.
my biggest thing. I'm bad with that. I'm bad
Nah,
at
you.
calling
Hey,
people,
hey.
and I'm
Nah,
and
you
I'm
bad.
and I'm bad
You
at answering
bad.
that goddamn phone. I am bad at that.
Hey,
I'm not gonna lie.
hey, you bad. But you know, I'm gonna send you a message. You know me. I say you ain't scared to not answer my calls. you he not gonna answer. I'm like, yo, hold up. We gotta talk. Hey, like
Are
I'm
we
I
almost to the
I'm
ice cream question? Are we almost to the ice cream question? Because I was looking forward to that one.
no answer that question. You better you can ask that
hold
question.
up.
Oh,
Ask the question to answer because I ain't got no answer.
oh, okay. Let me pull that one up.
Yeah, pull that one up. Cause oh yeah, I got you, man. I got you, man. Heather.
Where is it?
Um, if you were number five,
Oh,
if you were to design a new flavor of ice cream that represents your personality, what would that ice cream be called?
I wouldn't create a new flavor. I'd just deal with the plain old vanilla.
Okay, hell yeah, I got you. Hell yeah. What about you, BU? What would your ice cream be called to represent your personality, bro?
I'll make cookies and cream with cookie dough and vanilla because I like cookie.
I think me, man, it wouldn't be so much of the ice cream. I think it'd just be like I just put a name for like Pralines and cream, but I call it like Southern Delight. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that's kind of what you get when you get with me. You know what I'm saying? Like on most days, you're gonna get, you know what I'm saying, the Southern hospitality from me.
That
Um,
sounds like a creamsicle.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Most days you're gonna get a good presence from me. I'm not gonna lie. I do have, I don't know, like I do have. I think I got multiple personalities. I think I do because like some days, I'm very social moving. Like the very next day, like I just like I want to be in my bubble. I don't want to be bothered. I don't know why I'm like that, but I am. So I think it's just like I just go through like personality switches for real. Yeah. But I'm real enough to own it.
I agree with that. Any questions y'all got before? Cause I got some questions too. Any questions y'all got before we because we're closing. It's an
Yeah,
hour and a
yeah,
half.
yeah. Go ahead. What you got for me, BU?
All right. So how do y'all feel about the saying being too comfortable?
Being too comfortable. I think you don't grow in comfort. So I think that is the saying. I like the saying being too comfortable because I think that is true. I think we don't ever want to be too comfortable because I feel like we don't grow in comfort. I feel like you don't really learn and develop more until you out of your comfort zone. I feel like when you're comfortable, you almost stagnant. And I feel like in life, you don't ever want to be too stagnant. Because, like, body emotions stay in motion. So even when you still, even if you sit still on a bed too much, you develop sores. So I don't ever want to have no still movement. I always want to be in forward progression. So I don't ever want to be too comfortable. No, I don't want to be too comfortable.
Like, so what if you're like, yeah, everything you got, because I've met people like this. Yeah, everything you
Okay.
got, you don't want nothing more. You just want to just float with life.
Right.
Just float
Right.
where you're at.
Right.
Is that being too comfortable?
It it depends on what is your comfortable. You know what I mean? Because I feel like even if you have everything, as far as if you're financially stable, it could be still certain things and things that you want to learn and develop that's going to take you out of your comfort zone. Um,
What?
even even if you are, a president. Now you may want to try to go for another accolade. You know what I mean? Even if you are a scientist, maybe you want to go for another accolade. So whatever it is, whatever, even if you are feel like at a pinnacle of success already, I feel like there are still things that you can develop that's going to take you out of your comfort zone. So it just depends on in your perspective, what is comfortable to you.
I like that answer. What about you, Marshall?
Isn't comfortability an opinion?
Yes, that's why I asked the question. Yeah, it is. Because you don't know
So
what makes me comfortable, and I don't know what
exactly.
makes you comfortable. Yeah.
So therefore, I'd have to say I I I think people could get comfortable and feel serene when they get to a certain point and feel like, okay, I've reached a pinnacle and I don't see picture myself going any farther,
You took
and
my answer.
I've reached a pinnacle and I don't see myself getting any farther, and I'm happy and I'm content with where I am now. So I don't know if it would be comfortability or if it would fall into content.
Or complacency, because remember when you say complacency kills, but if you're complacent to where you're at and you're comfortable and you got everything laid out, and so I say that to say comfortability to me that coincides with happiness. Like I'm okay with everything else. How everything lays out. That's how it portrays to me. Like I'm good now. I did everything I wanted to do, and like now it's time to chill. It's time for me to relax and be comfortable. Like I did it everything. I didn't master my bucket list. Everything like maybe my bucket list might not be as big as yours, or or as small as yours, but I did everything I need to do. Now I just want to sit back and chill and be comfortable.
That's why I understand that it's everybody's perspective, and it depends
Yes,
on what we're talking about is comfortable, or what we call comfortable.
yes,
Just for an example, you call comfortable happiness, and Matt had to call comfortable contentment. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
it just really just depends on the person's perspective of what happy, or excuse me, or what comfortable is for them. You know,
If
for
it's a
me,
God fearing person, I'd like to think they're going to be comfortable on the simpler things and not much.
right, right, absolutely. For
I,
a
I,
God
I'm
fearing person, um, you know, I would imagine a God fearing person would be happy with the sense that they're living their life righteousness. And a lot of time when you live in the straight and narrow, you don't get to enjoy the luxuries of a sinful life. It is because a sinful life may seem more fun and luxurious, but also you playing with the devil often.
Yeah, yeah. So hey, so so Mister, we're in our 30s. We're the
Yes,
same age
sir.
actually. You think life is like shaking you up a little bit, and like what's next for you? You ever? Because I thought about that today actually. Because I'm turning 35 tomorrow.
Um,
So I obviously thought about that. I had some like
Are
I
you
had some a
having
lot of
part of
time
a
to myself.
midlife crisis?
I think he's
Yeah,
having an early midlife
yes.
crisis.
Yes. So I'm like, yo, life done shook me up. I feel like I'm doing good, but it's like, yo, I get in my head too much because
Yeah,
I want too much. Like I want to
right.
like I set a goal, I accomplished a goal, and that's why it's there. That's why I brought up the accountability thing.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
want I
but
want to
yeah,
go, and I set a goal.
I feel like,
Uh,
I feel like life is always about challenging yourself and always about
Yeah,
trying to
but they
reach the
tell you. Oh, sorry. Go
No, no,
continue.
no, no, no. No, bro. No. Go ahead. Say what you say. They tell you what?
They tell you not to get comfortable, but they tell you to be patient. Now, how do
Yeah.
you fucking stay comfortable? How do you not get comfortable and stay patient? Because they're telling you to fucking how we. Oh, be patient, be patient, be patient, motherfucker. I'm not patient being comfortable. I'm not comfortable. So what the fuck? So how the
I
fuck
love,
does that work?
I love when man gets to talking. You know? No, hey, really, eh, eh, how does that work? How does that work? Um,
it's
they tell you
subjective.
that they tell you the patience is a virtue, but you don't want to be so patient that you miss your moment. So absolutely. Um, I think that that's when it comes with having the ability to decipher when to hold them and to fold them. I think that's why I love poker. I feel I feel like you gotta apply that hold them and fold them rule to life. If you ain't never learned poker, people, I feel like that's you need to learn poker because I feel like if you once you learn chess and poker, that's gonna get you real far in life. You know what I mean? Because and one thing in in poker is you may have a good hand. Man, you may have a full house, but if somebody got a royal flush, they trump you. You know what I mean? So like you got
And
to understand.
obstacles flop on the river.
You know what I mean? So you got you got to know when to hold them and fold them in life. You got to know when it's time to learn something new, to get a new job, or when you got to learn that this is a dead end job, or if I'm staying in this job because if I stay here long enough, I'm going to elevate. If it's no elevation, if it's no growth, then you have to learn when to get off that hamster wheel, if you will. You know, don't be going nowhere fast. Don't be going nowhere fast. Don't be just running in place as well, because a lot of people could be moving but not going nowhere. So that's why I say forward progression, because that means you got to be actually moving forward to be progression. That's what I
Okay,
like. You'll never want to be too complacent, but that's where he said patience and comfortability. How do you do both? How do you be patient and wait on God or wait on the opportunity versus n- considering yourself being comfortable and stagnant and just letting opportunities pass you because you wait and being patient. So you got to know when to hold and when to fold 'em. You got to know when to jump out that box.
okay. So you said both. So let's talk about both. Communication.
Hmm.
There's good communication and bad communication.
Right.
When do you know? Like, yeah, I ain't gotta respond to this. You know, let me leave this alone. Let it silence itself. Like, how do you feel
Um,
about communication in general?
I feel like I feel like there's a thing called effective communication. I feel like a lot of us don't learn effective communication. I feel like a lot of us speak to have a response without comprehending um, the context of the dialogue that's been given. So when we learn effective communication, then we learn how to process our emotions before we speak, and then we speak with intelligence and logic versus only speaking with feelings and emotions. Um, and I feel like once we learn that, then that, and we learn how to comprehend and to speak education on what we're talking about, then you learn how to speak and have effective communication. I feel like that is biggest thing that is missing in most dialogues is that people don't know. People were never taught effective communication. People wasn't taught to articulately or educatedly communicate how they feel. A lot of people start to lash out, to scream, and to belittle you, or to throw shots and jab, or to talk, or to be cruel with their words when something doesn't go their way, or where they don't know how to interpret the way that they feel into words. So I
Okay.
think effective communication is very important, and it's not taught enough, not in our community especially,
Okay.
because then I get to talking with a bunch of guys who come from uh you know an area that is full of poverty, and they'll say, oh, well, let Tone talk. Tone know how to talk. Or Tone talk real proper, or Tone talk, like the white boys or whatever. And it's because I studied and learned how to have effective communication. You know, I learned how to actually listen before I speak, to have, a positive response, not just a response.
Hey, you just said something with the talking like the white boys. Because like our line of trade, which the white boys pretty much run,
Yeah.
it's not talking white.
Yes.
And you said talking proper.
Yes. Yes.
And I got picked on from my family, like, yeah, for talking proper.
Proper. Right. Exactly.
But that gets us to where we're at now.
Yes, sir.
Man, you don't have to call me sir. But
Well, you're gonna be called, sir. That's how I talk. That's my dialogue.
yeah. Yeah. So, but you gotta know like the environment you in. Like, cause I can go to the hood. Yeah, I can go talk to the hood niggas. I can talk to anybody, and you want to be versatile with the way you talk
Yeah. Absolutely.
because like, and that's part of networking, especially in your trade, what you're doing now. Like
Yes, sir.
what you said, you was in Laredo and you knew what to say, you knew how to say it, like you perfected it, like everything. So yeah, you got to be good on that. But
Absolutely.
yeah, and that's a good aspect to have on you because talking is the I think that's the main thing that gets you where you're going or where you can be.
Absolutely.
Because if I can't have a conversation with you, I can't be around you.
Right. Right. You know what I mean? Or be type of person that's always gonna overtalk me, because I'm the type of you already know this, be you, and this is just a general statement. Like, I don't talk over people. Like, I don't even talk over my friends. Like when me and you, be you get to talking, I'm like, you gonna let me talk now? He's like, all right, my bad, bro. Go
It
ahead. What
says
you gotta
that, yeah, you say that, and I
It's
say, hey, I got a point to give. Hey, but I won't do that with other people. But we do that together. But I won't do
say?
that to other people.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But like, and that's just how I am with us, anyone. I just, with you, just like, that's just in dialogue. Like, when that's a part of, effective communication. Some people like to hear themselves talk, you know.
Yeah.
Man, Adam, what you got for them, baby?
Is it talking proper or is it talking educated? Because how many times have you heard, oh, he's just using all big words, those fancy words to make us look and feel dumb and everything.
Yeah, right,
There's
right,
a
And
right,
then
difference.
and
right.
then you'll drop two more just to be an asshole. Just because, yeah.
Yeah. Right, right, right. So is it talking proper or is it talking educated? I think, and
It's
you're right.
it's
I think it is
it's
educated. I think it
there's
is
a I think
educated.
there's a difference. I think
Yeah.
there's a difference because I'd have been around some people like they got more college education than me, and
Yeah.
they want to use the big words to impress me.
Right.
And it's like, and I'm gonna say, I'm like, I said on the podcast, what does that mean?
Right.
Like, What? Hey, explain to me, and then
Right.
then we can talk. Like, yo,
Right.
what the hell does that
Right.
mean?
And
I wish
I
I was
love
lying.
that. I love that you do that. Because most people are ashamed. So a lot of
I'm not
people.
ashamed. Like, I'm me.
Yeah.
I'm be you.
Yeah. I love it. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah. I love that you are be you. No matter what, every day of the week you're gonna get this guy. So I like that you are who you are, bro. For sure.
I got
Um,
one more thing. One more thing though. All
yeah, go
right.
ahead.
So can we talk about this? The Cassie and Diddy thing, or is that
Speak
too
on it,
much?
bro, because I haven't followed up. So y'all put me on game.
All right. So is Cassie a victim or is she a freak? Matt
Now
had a
I did hear from the messages that she had to read herself say what she wrote, and in her text message she said that she enjoyed them freak offs, and that was away from him. So that wasn't a forced situation. So my hands are tied. I don't know, brother. Y'all talk to me. Y'all talk to me.
Matt.
I
I
don't know
want
all the
Matt
script.
Hatter to answer this one.
It sounds like a girl that's older and living out regrets. It seems like that you can now get charged on regrets. Like it seems like you can now get charged for what somebody did when they were 20s and everything because they hoard around or something like that. It seems like you can now get charged on regrets.
Almost like, hold on. Those were poor decisions, and I wasn't in my best thinking. You was smarter, you was older, so I'm holding you responsible. And I feel like you should be held responsible for my bad choices that I made because you influenced those choices.
Yes,
I
but
don't know, man. It's just a sticky
It's
situation, bro.
touchy. Hey, and then what she say? She was like,
Now, I don't agree with the
it
kick in the hallway. That video was horrific.
no, I don't agree.
The
I don't agree with
but
no
when I
putting
read
hands
these
on women.
but when I read these text messages, I see why she dropped her cases. She settled out of court. She's a witness in this case. It's not this ain't her
Yeah,
case no more. You
yeah,
know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah,
She just she was subpoenaed to court. She ain't had no choice but to come and speak.
yeah.
Um, so and they using this in Diddy's defense is almost using her interrogation or her what I'm saying, her affidavits, if you will, as you know,
can we say that we're kind of surprised that she's able to carry?
yeah, 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 that's crazy.
Or she did, or maybe she didn't have, and she didn't have publicized pregnancy problems.
I'm
Yeah,
pretty
because
sure
he said,
she had abortion.
man,
No, I'm
that I
talking.
mean,
I
No. I'm talking
publicized
about.
is what he said.
I'm talking about with the husband. I'm
oh
Right,
okay.
saying
with Alex,
Oh yeah,
with
yeah.
the Alex
Alex,
guy.
Alex, yeah, yeah. But still, like, yo, there's talks about that too, though.
Yeah, yeah,
Like she was doing all this for like what 10 years, 10 plus years actually.
yeah, man. They got some freaky shit going on, bro. I don't know, bro. Like, I think you do a lot of to be in that space. I think a lot of people do a lot to be in that space, and then later in life they realize that maybe I made poor decisions to be in this space, and maybe it wasn't all that it was cracked up to be, and now I'm regretting those choices I made. Like man has said, that you get in charge off people regrets.
So does that come with like mind control? Because he had mind control over her, obviously. Or is it a choice?
I think when you are an older man and you date tremendously younger than you want to have a certain advantage over a woman, and I think a lot of times that advantage that you want to have over that woman is mental, and I leave it at
Mm,
that. I leave that at
okay,
that. you know,
okay. I mean, I agree with that. Actually, you're definitely right. Actually, I couldn't say it better. Actually, you're right. He just took advantage of the situation, which probably he took advantage of a lot of situations,
Yeah,
and that comes with what power, what we
but
call it, power,
I don't.
or what?
I think mm, I don't know. I don't want to. I wouldn't necessarily call it power, but also I just want to reiterate, and I don't justify any type of domestic violence, any type of coercion, any type
Oh
of
no,
sexual abuse towards women. We're gonna
or
do
men, or men,
I mean,
because men got
or
abused in
men.
this shit too.
Absolutely, thank you. Or
Yes,
men. We don't condone any type of that. And reach out to any local authorities if you're experiencing any type of that. Please reach out. But after I said all that, I want to get that disclaimer out that we are not advocates for people who do harmful things to people. No, but I
yes,
will
no.
say, but I will say this: I don't agree with the length and the charges if you're not going to go after everybody. I feel like there's a lot of people who do a lot of things that Diddy does that sits in the same seats that are even some of the people that are, accusing him have these same friends. Same. So I think it's hard. I don't agree with the justice system in the whole because I have a real struggle with how can you judge me when you do the same things that I do,
I got a
but you
question.
but you can get away with it.
I got a question. How do you find people that? How do you find a jury that hasn't heard of Diddy?
Right.
How do you find 12 people that haven't heard of Diddy
That's not gonna
that
be
So,
biased.
that's not going to be biased?
so it's back against
Right.
the wall regardless.
Yeah,
Whoever you pick.
exactly,
Right.
exactly. It's the human conflict is an outdated. The human juris system is outdated, especially when
Yes.
they said you can't have knowledge of the person or knowledge of the, especially in these high profile cases. You're like, what do
Right.
you think? I'm living under a fucking rock?
Right. Exactly. And then the media is going to persuade our opinion. Yeah, that's what the media job is, literally. Is
Yeah.
persuade the people's opinion. But we gotta wrap up our
But
show tonight, man.
but we can't say that
Go ahead.
Diddy's also a narcissist.
Yes, absolutely. No, is Diddy 100% guilty? Fucking innocent? Hell, fucking no. I'm not saying that. Absolutely fucking not. Of course not. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think he. I think he is just as much as a villain as a lot of other people. That's all I'm
Yes,
saying.
yes.
If you don't lock up one villain,
No,
lock
no,
up all them
saying he,
motherfuckers.
I'm saying we're talking about Cassie and how she made a victim. I'm just saying it takes two to tango.
It definitely takes two to tango. Yes, yes, absolutely. You
All
know what
right,
I
let's
mean?
wrap it up.
I think she should definitely take accountability. I think that's why she did take her money and slide to the side. Because I feel like a lot of times that's really what it's about. Um, and I feel like the Diddy situation is just a distraction for the things that's going on behind the scenes. Typical.
Hey, Chris Brown. Hey, we'll talk about this next episode. Chris Brown knows some shit too. But yeah,
Yeah,
we'll talk about it next.
yeah, and we talk about
We're
the
running out
DB.
of time. Yeah.
Yeah. So closing statement for the people. Y'all can leave the people with something positive for Soulful Sunday. Closing night out, gentlemen.
All right, you ain't got your questions? Your words?
No word of association for tonight. We'll do some for Monday or Tuesday.
Are we doing Tuesday? Okay.
Yeah, we might do a Tuesday show.
All right. My closing statement is don't lose yourself over people who don't understand your assignment.
I love that. Do not lose yourself over people who do not understand your excitement. I love that. What you got for the people, man?
Have a good night.
Hey, easy, baby. Easy breezy, baby. Just have a good night. Be safe. You know what I'm saying? Listen, no matter who you are and where you at, but just know somebody love you. And if you don't think somebody do, just know art for change does, baby. Keep making a difference in this world. Keep arting and making a difference with your change, baby. Yeah. That's how we do it over here at Art for Change, man. We continue to be, as he say, you. You know what I'm saying? Because you
Be
have the
you.
power to, yeah, because you have the power to control your destiny. You know what I'm saying? You are the artist of your canvas, and your life is your canvas. So draw it how
Hey,
you will.
hey, my birthday tomorrow. I need gifts and flowers. Hey, make it. Hey, can men get flowers?
Yeah, man can get flowers. Why not?
Okay, I
Let me
was just
get flowers.
acting. I was just
Yeah.
acting.
I want my flowers
Yeah,
while I'm alive.
hey, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like,
I don't want flowers. I'm part of
I,
the old.
I
Maybe I'm part of this old generation, but I don't want flowers.
Yeah, Marshall said he don't want no flowers. Don't give me no damn flowers.
Hey, Marshall more older than us. I get it, Marshall. Yeah.
I'll
The
take some.
flower,
I'll take cologne.
he'll take some
Hey,
flowers. He
hey,
just want them to be
hey,
buds.
Cologne. Hey, Cologne. Shouts out to Big Rock again, Cologne. I got the
Yeah.
Cologne. Shouts
Shouts
out to
out
Big
to
Rock again.
Pebbles for the cologne. Um,
Hold up. Pebbles. Nah, not Pebbles. That's Big Rock. The merch lady. Hey. All right, let's get it.
All right, man. Hey, till next time, baby. Y'all continue to offer change. Like, subscribe, hit that bell, tell a friend, man. If you can't catch us live on any of our networks, know that we're on live on Monday, on Thursdays, and on Sundays at 9 p.m., baby, Eastern time. Till next time, offer change.
Be you.
I'll, I'll,